Welcome to the complete animation of the dragon from the 2024 dark fantasy movie Damsel. So, this movie, I thought it was going to start out doing the thing where you never really see the monster. And it won't be until the very end that you actually get a good shot of it. But they did a good job. They made sure that the dragon was known of, but not actually really seen until probably, halfway through the movie, around there. And I really like this dragon. For one thing, she is voiced by I am blanking on her name right now, but I really like her voice. She has this voice actress has a really deep, gravelly kind of voice, and it's so unique. And they also did a really good job making her a sympathetic villain, where you know what? Full spoilers. The whole way that she ended up becoming not really a good guy, but allied with the main character of the story. Yeah. And I really like the design of this dragon. I like quadruped dragons with wings. I was kind of disappointed that in The Hobbit, Smaug was more like a bat with two legs and wings as arms. But this movie let the dragon be actually, walk around on four legs. And I think that, all things considered, it's a really good looking dragon. And what this movie really did for me was make me realize this is a middling budget movie that has a dragon this good. Why don't we see more movies with dragons in them? Like, why? We have been living in an age of absolutely incredible CGI for what, the past 12 years? Yeah, basically ever since 2012, CGI has basically hit a plateau. Why have we not seen more dragons? Dragons are so cool. This dragon is so cool. And seeing the dynamic between a massive creature like a dragon and puny little humans who are easy to crush beneath her feet, why don't we get more stories that have dragons in them? And, there's theories like maybe just fantasy doesn't sell. But I just wish we had more dragons. And one of the things that I really like about this dragon is just how well animated she is. It's like, you can tell that this dragon is a CGI creature. You can tell that this dragon is not real, but it fits. It fits within the movie, and it looks good. And that's all anybody ever really wants. Nobody ever wanted, a dragon in a movie like this to look photorealistic, because no such thing exists. What we want is the dragon to look good, to look like it fits within the movie that it's a part of. And this dragon accomplishes that. And I wish this dragon had a name. I really do. Dragons should have names, cool names, but this dragon is just the dragon, and I think that's a missed opportunity. Now, one of the things about making complete animation videos is I make them to put on YouTube. And one of the things about YouTube is Content ID. Now, one of the things that I'm able to do to avoid Content ID is I'm able to cut away most of the movie. For a character like this, this dragon only has, 11 minutes of screen time? And just by virtue of that, I'm able to get rid of content ID by cutting through it down to just the frames that have the character I'm focusing on in it. But another thing that I have to do with content ID is crop into the character. And actually, I think that goes a pretty long way to like fulfilling the mission of a complete animation video, because it's like not only is it just the frames that the character appears in, but it's also cropped into just where the character is in those frames, which also helps with content ID because it means that less of the actual footage that I'm drawing from can be compared against the source video file for a match. But I kind of have to fudge how I do it in this video because of this dragon's wings and just how big the body is. I can't crop into just the character and still be able to get past content ID. In fact, I don't even know if it'll pass right now, and then I'll probably just have to be like, I'll just delete some of these clips in order to get past it. Like, there used to be a time where I would go frame by frame and keep tweaking until I was able to get every single bit of footage while still, keeping the video. I don't even know what I'm saying. Basically, I don't do that work anymore. If somebody is upset, then maybe they could join my Patreon and get a source file that has everything. But yeah, so this might not be the complete animation, but most people don't really care that much, I guess. And if you really want to see the dragon, you can just watch the movie yourself. It's on Netflix, which is something I take issue with. I really hate streaming exclusives. I hate it when there is not even an option to buy a physical version of a movie, because I believe in ownership of the media you consume. And that is not what the industry believes in. The industry believes in, we own everything. We will give you access to it sometimes. We have more control, but I like owning it. And this bit right here, like, I really liked how it showed that, brave warriors couldn't defeat the dragon, but, this young woman could. And after stabbing this dragon, like, the dragon uses her wing as, like, a crutch, because she can't really walk that well otherwise. And I like how they showed that the dragon wasn't able to be defeated by just, sheer show of force. She was able to be defeated with cunning. It's nice. And I like at the end when the main character, I don't remember anybody's name in this movie, like literally any names at all. If the dragon had one, I'd remember that, but everybody else don't really care that much. But yeah, so tricking the dragon into, getting close enough that she can stab her eye out, can stab into her mouth, can wound her leg, can then get her to spray herself with her own fire. It's all good stuff. But then, now that the dragon has basically defeated herself, the main character is able to, explain the situation that, you thought you'd been eating the daughters of this family that wronged you all those years ago. Finally she's able to explain, you've been tricked. They've been, mixing blood with ours and then throwing us down so that you would think that we were their daughters. But in reality, you haven't had your revenge on that family ever. And yeah, I like the story of this movie. I think that some of the violence was a little bit over the top. It's like, I think that they were trying to figure out what can we do that will basically toe the line between what is even allowed in a PG-13-ish rating. But it wasn't, I guess the violence wasn't, untasteful, but there was a lot of it. And this scene at the very end is one of my favorites, just showing the dragon flying alongside the ship into the sunset. It's a good scene, and I like how it shows that, they're on the same team a bit right now. If there is a sequel, I hope they find a new mate for the dragon so that she can get eggs. Thanks for watching.